Oh, thank goodness that didn't give me any trouble. Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I'm so sorry to keep y'all waiting, but well, I got home kind of later than I thought. Well, I actually got home I got home in time to start the stream, but I was getting carried away talking to people. So yeah. Anyway, my bad, guys. Today we'll be building a cyclone. I am just oh my gosh, I am so happy for the siren. Guys, take a look at this. Gosh, this monster of a rotor. This extremely directional stator. You can see how it's with most of ACA's sirens. You can see here how it chops into the ports there, and of course the intake. But I mean, and of course, oh yeah, this of course. See this crazy stator design. This is also responsible for the Cyclone's sheer sound output. So anyway, today we'll be building a Cyclone. I'm so excited. Okay, guys, everybody's gonna be asking me this. RPB here in the chat. When am I making a mini P50? Okay, so Harold Hi-Hat himself was like, you should totally build a P50. I would totally make that. I don't know. It's just that's a really big siren, and it's rotational, so I just don't really. Sorry, I'm just cleaning out the Cyclone's rotor. I don't really know when that would really be. Oh my gosh, Harold Hi-Hat's here. We were just talking about your request, of me making a P50. Yeah. Hey, how's it going? It's so good to see you. It's so good to see everybody here. TWR fan, RPB, Screamer, the Frank Files, Phillips Mini Sirens. Welcome, guys, to the chat. Well, anyway, P50 rotor. Oh, actually, Cyclone. Guys, I have something I wanted to bring up. The Cyclone and the P50, I know they use the same rotors, but guys, why does it say, I'll pull it up. I will go to wiki.airraidsirens.net. I know it's not the most reliable source of information out there, but I mean, I just want to show you. Oh, here we go. P50. Cyclone. Okay, so guys, listen, here we go. Cyclone's rotor is 23 and 7/8 inch. All right, 23, just under 24 inches. If I go to the page for the P50, and it even says here, uses the same rotor as the P50. I'm going to show you a contradiction in the text. P50, here we go. Cyclone 120 flipped on its side. Okay. Oh, here we go. The P50's 812 port dual tone rotor is 24 and 1/16 inches in diameter. One of the largest rotors used on a siren. And it uses a Doer fan-cooled 50 horsepower motor. So, guys, could anybody explain to me why? Oh, hello, Tornado Whistle. I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, you missed out last time, so good to see you here. Could somebody tell me why there's a contradiction there? Is that which measurement is true? I went based off of the 23 and 7/8 inch because that's the P. That's just what I read on the website. Yes, I've seen Mr. Bayard's 508. Well, actually, I saw that pop up on my feed. But, I haven't watched it yet. I will. There are differences between them. The Cyclone 120's 12 port is semi-directional, and the ports align center to center, while the P50 is fully directional on the 12 port with more angular vanes. Really? Weird. Okay, so they are different. Well, did I get the Cyclone rotor design here correct? It's based off a 23 and 7/8 inch chopper, and I don't know. Let me see that. The way it cuts off the ports here. See? Port wall, thin wall right there. And it spins this way, obviously, because it goes with the direction of rotation. Well, I hope I got it right. Yeah, so that's another thing. If I made a P50, guys, I would have to model an entirely new rotor for it, and I don't want to do that. Anyway, whatever. Oh, by the way, guys, where did that go? Sorry, something fell off camera. The 8-port is basically used. Oh, yeah, seriously. I see much resemblance between the P50's rotor, or Cyclone P50 rotor, and the modern Tempests. Oh, hello. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm blending two parts of your name together. David Esparza. Am I getting that right? I'll call you David. Will I be making a live stream on the 2T22? Well, oh gosh, you heard about that. I need to show you guys something. before I get into the fact that the Cyclone uses a 280 motor, I'll show you this. You guys are probably very much familiar with this motor. It's everywhere on Amazon. Well, it's not everywhere now. There's only two Amazon listings of this motor that they sell. And what makes it unique is because it is dual-ended. It's a dual shaft motor. So check it out. Now, this thing has crazy tight brushes because it's brand new. I have to loosen them before I put it on a Siren. Oh, yeah. K50 on the wiki says the rotor is 24 inches with the Cyclone page. Says the rotor of Cyclone is about 23.5 inches. It says 23 and 7/8, but yeah. 24 and 1/16. I don't care about those measurements. They're close enough. Anyway, I'd like to know which is actually bigger because that's kind of curious. So anyway, just model it off 24. Doesn't matter. Yeah, seriously, it's so close. I already round, like it says on the ARS wiki that STL10 and STH10 rotors are 20.5 inches. Other people are absolutely 100% sure they're like 20 and some weird fraction. Guys, it's close enough. Okay, approximate measurements. And anyway, I modeled this off a 23 and 7/8 inch rotor, which is a slightly rounded measurement. I already round them when I'm like actually scaling it down. So yeah, no big deal. So anyway, what I was going to say is, guys, I hope you don't get upset with me doing this, but I'm sure you're all familiar with this. These are shaft collars, okay? Here is a 390 motor. This has a 2.3 millimeter shaft, so it's kind of a weird size, I guess. Well, let me get one with the thing in it. But this is actually, like, if you read it, they make these in the USA. They're 3/32 of an inch. So very, very precise fraction there. And okay, sorry, I'm trying to get one with the set screw already in. Oh, here it is. Yes, shaft couplers. All right, guys, get a load of this. It actually, I assure you, it fits. I just need to loosen. I'm so glad this came with an Allen wrench. I know people call them Allen keys, but I've always been told to call them Allen wrenches because that's just how my dad says it. So I don't know where that came from. Guys, look at that. It fits beautifully on there. Look at that. Position this wherever you want on the shaft. Look at that. That's beautiful. So, check it out. Look at that. It's so satisfying. So, Allen wrench, yeah. Allen, I don't know why I call it Ellen, but I just do. Check it out. It's on there. Look at that. So, what I'm trying to say, guys, is for now, all of my 390 motor Sirens are going to use these shaft collars because they've been known to have alignment issues. I think it's something to do with, like, it's something to do with, like, how much the shaft sticks out and how much room it has. All right, now here's the part that might anger some of you guys. I want to change all my rotors from being press fit to using a shaft collar. These are just too incredible, and I want to make the transition. It's going to take a while. It's going to take a while to go into each little file and modify it to fit a shaft collar, but guys, they're so cheap and they're just so reliable. My Sirens will be practically immune to misalignment. So yeah, I know press fit is more universal, but it's also it's got a lot more room for error. But yeah, yes, my Deco uses a 130. Yeah. Oh, actually, my Deco is one of my few Sirens that will stay press fit because the shaft has to go through the height of the rotor and some to fit to each bearing, to connect each bearing. Sentry could make a 10/16 port 40V2T theoretically, right? They probably could, but the problem is 16 ports won't line up with 5 horns, so they'd have to really redesign that. You should have one rotor with a shaft coupler and a normal press fit rotor. Okay, I could do that. Everybody prefers press fit, dang it. Guys, why can't you just buy these? They're like, and it's not even the same one. All right. They have, I'll call them a Chinese equivalent because they make them in China and they're metric. They're really cheap. You can buy like gosh, like 20 for like $10. So that's like 20 Sirens, guys. So anyway, I'll make the transition. If you guys really think I should keep the press fit rotors and then just have the have two versions of the rotor, one that's press fit and one that's shaft collar, I guess I could do that, but I'd have to make some extra room in the Tinkercad files. Shaft couplers are always more reliable. Absolutely. Y'all are dumb, bro. Shaft couplers, collars will always be better, says Harold. Yeah. You know what? I saw that funny post from Harold. You're making your Thunderbolt. I hate even saying this. Your 6-7 port Thunderbolt, and it was the rotor looks so strange because there was no shaft hole in the middle, and that's because you're using a shaft collar. So I totally respect that. That's like absolutely awesome. But anyway, I will keep the little hole, like even the Cyclone rotor here, guys. One of you, like right in there, there'd be a little hole where I'd tighten the shaft collar, and it would, yeah, I know it looks strange, but yeah. So, guys, I'm sorry. Shaft collars are just better. So, anyway, we are going to do that. David here is absolutely right. I should put weights on the Model 2 rotors for better wind down. Yeah, the Model 2 is kind of I don't know why the wind down got worse. Since there was I think it was like, I'll call it generation 2 of my Model 2. It had an awesome wind down. I don't know why. Might have been just because I printed the rotor in resin, but this was also printed in resin. And well, since I overhauled the Model 2 to be way more accurate, it was I don't know. I had to cut down the size a little bit because it was actually that off, and it, for whatever reason, made it like that much. It made the wind down that much shorter. So anyway, yes, I'll figure out weights on that. Maybe there's like a washer that'll fit like right because I don't want to block the bottom intake of the rotor because then it wouldn't be very authentic. The rotor on Gen 2 is taller, so that's why. Here's someone who's printed like all generations of my Sirens and absolutely knows the facts. That is absolutely true. Yeah, it was really tall. It was made too tall, actually, and it was not very accurate. By the way, thanks to the Model 2T for giving me measurements of his Model 2, because I was able to get it just like awesome measurements. Oh my gosh, like everything on here is accurate. Seriously, everything on here is somewhat accurate. Yeah. How about allow both press fit and collar design? Yeah, I don't think so. I think mass vote here will be just do shaft collars because they're better. And guys, if you think shaft collars are that bad, they're not. You see right here where the rotor would, or where the motor would, where the shaft would press in, right here, we would have a hole that's a little bigger. Probably, actually, it's about the diameter of this. And we just press in our, sorry, I'm losing my words here. Press in the shaft collar, and you'd glue it around the edges. Careful not to get glue in there. Line it up with the hole. Well, line it up before you glue it, obviously. And you'd tighten it on the shaft. Like, you'd put it on. It'd be loose. And then with it on there, you just tighten it. And boom, you're done. I will say, this Cyclone rotor isn't the prettiest. It kind of came out rough. I don't know if you guys can see that. It looks awesome. Just saying, there's some rough spots here because I don't know, my FEP on my resin printer is kind of getting old, I guess. I think I keep smashing down little supports into it, and it leaves like indentations. So anyway, I don't advocate for Samsung motors because I feel like it's just not necessary for Sirens at this scale. Huge Sirens are just, they take too long to print, in my opinion. Okay. So anyway, and I'll have you know, 280 is like awesome for this side. Oh my gosh, this motor. I mean, it's a little fast. I will complain about the speed of this motor. It sucks, but it's like really powerful. Like a small AC motor probably isn't much stronger than this, you know. So anyway, guys, let's not get distracted here. Let me actually get into the build of this, and we will. My gosh, you guys would love this. You guys are gonna love this thing. It's gonna be so cool. Yeah. Not true that I don't make big Sirens. I have a quarter scale. Technically, this is a big Siren if you think about it. And my 2001 is huge. That's a very old Siren though. even though the even though the files still rock, by the way. Also, actually, that Siren currently uses a shaft collar due to its, in my eyes, oversized rotor. Yeah. All right, let's see here. See if I remember what I'm doing. This Siren, unfortunately, requires a buck converter because it is literally like, oh my gosh, the motor consumes so much power. I can't have a resistor bank efficiently step down the voltage. So yeah. New Jersey Sirens and Trains. You printed the Cyclone. Please don't put a Samsung on it. This is much cheaper, and the Samsung is going to literally a Samsung is so, it's not even over, it is beyond overkill for this rotor. Don't do that, please. All right. Oh, bye, David. See you later. Don't be like, what is it? It was Kansas City Sirens. He put a Samsung motor on my 8th scale STL10. Yeah, it was just the windup was like a half second, dude. Albeit that was before the rotor used weights, so yeah. AC is dangerous. You gotta be careful. So yeah, if you want to use your Samsungs, I suggest printing NASCAR and racing's models. All right, guys, gear reducer. I am so cheap. Okay, but look at this, guys. This is actually like, I was able to put a motor, like I have a motor drive this with a rotor and stuff, and it was actually really cool. As the Siren wound down, this slowed down too. So guys, not saying I'm doing it, not saying I'm doing it, but P10 might be on the way. No alerter. Okay, maybe in the future. Oh man, I would love to make the deco. Yeah, I have high hopes for that Siren. I want to see if it's like actually. I probably won't make it to sell it unless it like actually works. So yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I've been shocked. It sucks. Yeah. Yeah, P10. Guys, I don't know. I have very little modeled right now, but it uses the same rotor stator design as my Banshee, which is, guys, it's going to be 8th scale. It's going to be the cutest little thing ever. Yeah, it's going to be so awesome. Half scale P50 with a 2 horsepower motor. Oh my gosh. What's your favorite brand of Siren? Guys, it's probably Federal Signal. I'm sorry. I love Federal Signal. I've been shocked by a 130 DC. I don't think that's possible. All right, let's get into the build here, guys. I'm going to get the necessary materials here. Here, let's see here. Guys, if you don't know what this is a Bucky converter. I call it that. I'm not making a P15 because the P15 has the option of being coded, and I just want to avoid that at all costs. There are like no coded P15s. So, yeah. Oh, okay. This is where I was like so confused. I was like, how does a chain-driven rotator work on the P10? And I literally had to ask. It was one of my subscribers, big fan, by the way. What was his name? It was, gosh. It was WNY Siren Guy. You should totally check out his channel, by the way. He's just awesome stuff with my Sirens. Anyway, he literally no, I'm not making a coded P15. He literally told me that, yeah, it's a chain-driven rotator. It's like a bicycle, like the gears on a bicycle. It's got like those little chains that go on the gears. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is probably have just simple gears because a belt is probably more prone to failure. But I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably try some different like versions of the Siren. One that uses a belt-driven rotator, and one that uses probably just some gears. Because I saw, gosh, it was UW Titan Fan or whatever. I can never pronounce his YouTube username, but he has a quarter scale P10 or P15, and it uses a rubber band on them. It's really cool. So yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't know the frag files. Sorry, guys. I don't like supercharged sirens. They're just grossly inefficient. All right, let's see, guys. Oh, this is the input. All right. Let's, I guess it doesn't matter which way this goes, but yeah. All right, guys, I'll have you know the Cyclone here is not small. The hat of this is literally like, this is probably like, it's almost a foot in diameter. It's probably like 10 or 11 inches. This thing's actually quite big for being 8th scale. And look at that. Oh, boy. Reminds me of that 3T22 with a Cyclone hat. Yeah, but this is actually one of my largest sirens I sell currently, which might be dethroned by the 6th scale 3T22. We'll see about that. Shaft colors. So yeah, guys, expect all miniature sirens to be, like, all the rotors will be revamped to use shaft colors, all right? Because better, okay? And I also need to buy a new FEP for my resin printer because this is almost not acceptable. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's just, let me get the glitch. You can't even see it, but anyway, there's just a little tiny like gashes on the surface of this. So yeah, you gave me the idea to make your 3T22 a hat. Yeah. All right. Let me actually do this, guys. Now, I had to buy some more USB cables because I'm running out. Would you look at that? We have one left from our last inventory. So. Oh, yeah, the 280 is definitely necessary for this siren. Anything more? Or, sorry. I was going to have, believe it or not, a dinky little 130 drive the Cyclone. And, oh, it got it to speed, but it was at like 6 volts. So, yeah, it was above the voltage. What cables do I use? USB cable, bare USB-A to just wires. Yeah. Yes, I will get to assembling. I have been carried away talking. So, yes. Let's see here. By the way, welcome to the stream, Sirens and More. I think you've been here for a while, but I didn't notice you until now. Sorry. Yeah. Bare USB cable. Links in the Tinkercad remix Tinkercad project. All right. Oh yeah. I also need to turn on my siren iron. No, it does not pose a major health risk, but again, guys, well ventilated room. You'll never understand how insane Cyclone / P50 rotors are until you print them and see how drag heavy. Yeah. Oh my gosh. They just. Oh, I don't think it's just the sheer amount of weight that these rotors possess, but I literally think it's the way it pulls in the air that just causes it to have such a long coast down. Like, the wind down on this is literally like 20 seconds long. It's ridiculous. Like, as good as like a Samsung motor siren. It's incredible, and you'll hear that. I'll run it with and without the weights, and you'll see why they're important. The weights are like, oh, they make this thing sound. The wind down's already pretty good, don't get me wrong, but the weights just complete it. So, yeah. So, oh, yeah, Cyclones do have, I mean, the actual stator part is pretty thin when you see it, but yeah. But then this is the part that makes it look, like, bigger and beefier and stronger, so yeah. Oh, yeah, New Jersey Sirens and Trains, prepare to believe it. It is almost as good as a Samsung motor siren's wind down. The P50, that is. Or, sorry, the Cyclone. Prepare to be amazed, guys. And I can show you right now with my Cyclone. It's got like the weights and everything. It's basically what I'm building today, except this one's not patriotic. But yeah, you'll see it. Weight doesn't really have an effect on it. That's all wind load. Really? Wow, interesting. Well, I noticed the wind down's a lot shorter without a weight, so the weight does help a little. Also, because this was resin printed, guys, all that infill in there is solid. So, oh my gosh, it's got, like, it's just chunky. Okay, it takes so much resin to print it, but it's worth it because they're awesome. Oh, by the way, this is kind of interesting. I wanted to show you this. Bottom of the buck converter here. I hate using these personally, but if you look, you see that? Like the little chip taken out of it? It looks like when they were like making this in the factory, they literally, like, the way they cut it wasn't very good, and a little shard of like the next circuit was like, or the next one was like still attached to this. Oh, yeah, they are long. Yeah. Oh, wow, yeah. Thanks for making my STH-10 Philips mini sirens. 10-second wind down, didn't use any weights, yeah. No, the STH-10 is a good one on its own because, I don't know, it's just heavier rotor, I guess. I mean, actually, guys, you got to consider this rotor is actually not that bigger than your humble STH-10. It's just kind of the way it is, yeah. Okay, yeah, I wouldn't recommend a regular power supply. Buck converters are like a tiny power supply. They just regulate the voltage so you can get the pitch right. So yeah, unless you want to be finicking around with a little dial, and yeah, I like plugging them in. So yeah, oh yeah, and also to sell these, nobody's gonna have a bench power supply. Fortunately, I do right here, but nobody's gonna have that. Nobody else is gonna have that, so that's why we have them plug into a USB. And my other sirens use resistor banks to step down the voltage because they consume such little power, which is kind of nice that resistors don't burn up, and I'm able to use that method. But yeah, the combination's different with every mini siren. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. My camera's all tied up. Oh, here. So the cable that is going on my camera, I'm gonna have to move my tripod around. Stream's gonna get a little wacko here. Okay, there we go. Sorry, it was getting all tangled up. There we go. That's what I need. Oh my gosh. I just kept typing 000. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. This is so silly. Oh, good bottom. I typed like 300 characters. Okay. Gosh, you're not doing that again. Buck converters are cheap, okay? All right. You will see why the USB is necessary and why we don't use a bench power supply. And that this is as good as a Samsung motor siren in some facets. Not all of them. Definitely not all of them. All right. You do need them. All right. Now, we will open up the electrician's toolkit. I mean, it's not really... This is actually technically a computer repair kit, but it's kind of the same realm world of things. That was an easy solder. Look, this just goes directly on. That's neat. Yes, you do. All right, now. New Jersey Sirens and Trains. If you don't use a buck converter, you're not building my sirens correctly. I'll have you know. All right, and if you don't build them correctly, they're not going to be very high quality. Anyway, I won't bother you. I won't badger you to do that, but I just... Come on, man. You should really consider building them the correct way. And I assume you remix my Tinkercad projects. If you don't, you're going to miss out access to downloading each part individually and reading the notes. So, yeah. Okay, whatever. You should make a theoretical 932 port ticket. No. How many hours are your sirens rated for if used reasonably? I'm sorry, what kind of question is that? I'm not sure what that means. But, yeah. Oh, yeah. 932. What the heck, man? Yeah. You guys will have your mind blown. All right. Oh, by the way, to show you, this is a little preview of what we're going to be building today. Here is a completed Cyclone. Oh, let me get that away. Completed Cyclone. Oh, my gosh. This thing is actually... It's quite big for me. I know it's 8th scale, and like compared to Herald hi-hats, like 3rd scale P50, this is actually quite small. But watch this. All right, we will. Oh, I'm gonna have to unplug this temporarily. I know I'm using this dinky little adapter, but believe it or not, it works. Here's the Cyclone. Oh, that crapper is loud. And it's still winding down. All right. Well, I've showed you. I have... Yeah. Goodbye, New Jersey Sirens and Trains. Not cool, man. All right. Carrying on with the stream. Oh, people sometimes. All right. Guys, does anybody agree with me that, I'm sorry, New Jersey Sirens and Trains was being pretty rude there? That wasn't cool. Yeah. He is not going to be joining us today anymore. I will say, thanks for printing my Cyclone, but he didn't even build it right. Okay. So, we will... hold on to this. Am I mean, guys? Am I mean? I'm sorry. People like that get on my nerves. That wasn't cool. Okay. Thank you. Okay. What is the run time? Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Let me think. Okay, guys, I haven't really tested this, but they can run for several minutes at a time with no problems. Just I wouldn't leave them on for 20. I wouldn't leave them on for 20 minutes or something. That's kind of too much. New Jersey Sirens and Trains was being really rude. He said that I didn't need to use a buck converter, and that's better to just plug it into a bench power supply, which is not true, by the way, if you want the pitch to be good. Adjusting it on this is really nice because it's portable and stuff. I'm selling this too. And also, he just said that this was quiet and that the wind down sucked. So it wasn't cool. Guys, this thing is loud and the wind down rocks. So people like that, I just don't appreciate how they think they're better than me. So anyway, we won't talk about it much more, but that wasn't very cool. That was very rude of him. So he will not be joining us in this stream anymore. All right. Now we will do... That's the only actually rude person I met on a stream, by the way. Everybody else has been pretty cool. Yeah, all right. Well, he also built my... Gosh, he did not build my model incorrectly. He built it not very well. So I'm sorry. He had instructions to follow and just didn't really do an amazing job. And I even went out of my way to comment on his videos, and he just kind of didn't care. So I really tried. All right. So I hope you guys can see that. It wasn't very cool of him. I do advocate his work. He is great, but it's just not cool how he can't do that. Yeah. This thing for being this small, oh my gosh. It has outdone itself. Yeah. Ha! New Jersey Sirens and Trains just messaged me and said, ha, come on, bro. I'm just messing around. Yeah, no. That's not cool, man. You can't do that. All right, let me think. How long of a cable does this need? So, guys, let me show you what I'm doing here. We will... So here's the motor cover, all right? Buck converter is going to be mounted on the side, all right? And it's going to go like that. I need this to go through that hole. It's going to have to go behind the buck converter, go through that hole, and into the motor. So I'm assuming we're going to need it to be it won't matter how long it is, or yeah, how long it is. It matters how short it is, though. Let's see here. I think that's enough. Yeah, there we go. All right. Guys, you're going to love this thing when it's... Oh, this thing's going to sound so awesome. And we're going to be selling it. We'll be up for grabs on the 3D Engineer Mini Sirens. And my website link is 3dengineer.net. So, yeah, really excited for that. This thing's going to sell out so quickly. I'll have you know... Oh, sorry. This stuff is falling everywhere. I'll have you know that several people have told me up front, when's the Cyclone going to be in stock? When's the Cyclone going to be back in stock? And it's just... yeah. Anyway, Cyclone will be back in stock this restock. So, yeah, I am very excited for this thing. And I know it's going to sell incredibly fast. Probably within a few hours of the restock. Just an assumption there. Will be more expensive, though, because I have to put a buck converter on this. Buck converters cost a little more money, as well as the motor. So, it's going to be around $90, the Cyclone. Actually, it is $90. So, but yeah, it is my most expensive siren in the lineup right now. But it is also, maybe my quarter scale Model 2 and my Screamer S2. It's probably the loudest siren. So Yeah, well, definitely the loudest 8th scale siren. Yeah. How long does it take to print that siren? All right, so the Cyclone, oh gosh. These stator rings, I have to print them with tree sports because the overhangs are so abrupt. Oh, hello, your average Missouri dude. Good to see you here. And I know we're not using Samsung motors, but hey, guys, it's an 8th scale siren. Yeah. I appreciate you guys reaching out. Yeah. Hello. Good to see you here. All right. What was I saying? Oh, yeah, this takes forever to print because these overhangs there's so many of them. Quite frankly, they're not even the best overhangs, but I mean, it's okay. This, like, I have to print this with tree sports, and oh, it takes forever to remove them, but it is so satisfying to remove them. It's like the most satisfying thing. Like, they'll just pop right out. So, it's worth it. Why are you guys calling him Demeter? I hope this is long enough. If this isn't long enough, oh, I'm going to be mad. All right, let's go out on the sides. And we will connect this to the bottom of the motor. I think I have enough. Yeah, I have enough. I don't have enough. Oh, what is happening? Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, this will work. No, we need to worry. The Model M. Gosh. How did he? Okay, Sirens and more. That's great. But like, he's messaging me and saying he didn't mean it again. What? All right, so I put him under timeout for 10 minutes. If he wants to come back, he can, but he's got to be respectful. Also, how can you not mean it? And he said all that. I mean, come on. I'm just a little upset with some people sometimes. Sorry if I'm rude, but I don't appreciate people just disregarding everything I say about how to build my sirens. It's not cool. You guys should follow the steps. It's pretty simple. So, again, sorry if I come off rude, but it's just not cool. Nah, you ain't rude. All right. He just keeps messaging me. Well, if you can message him back, tell him he disregarded everything he needed to do and said my Cyclone was quiet and not very high quality, which wasn't. Come on, that's not cool. The Cyclone here is awesome. I thought that wasn't cool. So, okay, thank you guys. Miles, you still better make a P15 if you make coding capabilities of that are not necessary. Again, that's just me. What do you guys think, huh? Okay. I don't know. I think the coding capabilities on that are just wacko weird. And I don't even know how the damper on that thing works. It's kind of weird. P10, yes. Probably most likely. P15, nah. Probably not. I don't. Would I disappoint everyone if I didn't make a P15? Because, listen, the P15... So, because of the higher horsepower motor, they upgraded the rotor to be 1 inch bigger, which I think is weird because, like, it's not that much bigger. And it's just on the 8-port ones. The 912 ones still use an 18-inch rotor, if I'm not mistaken. I know there's some people in chat that are going to tell me I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I read anyway. I think he's just saying your Cyclone is quiet. Is that his ears blasted large? Oh. Yeah, MS 490s are... I'm just saying, for its scale, this is very loud. And he was telling me I didn't need to use a buck converter, and yeah, it just wasn't very cool. P15s are essentially the same, 8-port, and at the scale, you're better off making the rotors the same size. It's more practical. No, I'm not going to make coded Cyclones. P15 is its own standalone siren. You don't need the coding for its own. Oh, okay. But everybody's going to... Okay, the reason I'm avoiding the P15 is because it's it's the only siren in that series that has capability. Or, like, the P10 doesn't have coding capabilities. The P15 does. And if I make one, people are going to ask me, can you make it have coding capabilities? They're going to be like, put a damper on it. And, guys, that's why I have the 3T22. Gosh, that is probably one of the best coded sirens of all time. And I just don't think it's necessary... gosh, I probably sound funny, huh? You should make a mini coded federal code instead of a coded. By the way, if I'm saying Fedel code and people say Fidel code, I'm sorry, but that's just how I pronounce it. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope we're having a nice stream here. We are 40 minutes in, and I haven't even built anything. Oh no, my parrot. I haven't even built anything but the like electronics and yeah. Anyway, we gotta get going. So, dang it, man. All right, you're gonna go on my bed. All right. Hey man, don't necessarily have to do a P15. 8-port P10s exist, and they're 18. That's exactly why I want to make just the P10. Yeah, there's a lot of P10s. I feel like they're almost more popular than P15s. But yeah, I will say though, the larger rotor on the P15 and the higher horsepower does make it look more pleasing to customers. So there's probably a lot of those out there too, I'm sure. But I think the 19-inch rotor is just kind of weird. You go in between sizes. You got your standard 18-inch rotors. You got your rotors that are like around 20 inches, and you decide to make a 19-inch rotor, a rotor that is just 1 inch bigger. And they made a new stator cast for it and everything. I just think it's funny. They did the same thing on Screamer S10s, I believe. They gosh, if I'm not mistaken, I think the 8-port S10s have 19-inch 8-port rotors were used from the P15s. Yeah. All right, New Jersey Sirens and Trains. New Jersey Sirens and Trains, can you please calm down, man? I'm sorry if I sounded negative, but it wasn't cool of you to disregard my work like that. You really need to just consider what I'm saying here. Because if you want to build my sirens correctly, you really should. Anyway, if I were to say anything to you, man, please just... We can have a fun time here in the stream. I want to make it fun for everyone, and I don't want to be that guy who just bans annoying people. So, anyway. All right, New Jersey Sirens and Trains. All right. No potty words, man. Yeah. Well, okay, let's see here. If anyone wants to make a coded intake for the Cyclone 125 public, put a raised hand icon. Yeah, I don't know. I think putting a damper on siren this big is weird. Oh, and I'm wrong, by the way. 8-port S10 rotors are 18 inches. All right, there was some variant of the S10 that had a 19-inch rotor, I believe. I'm probably wrong. All right, we're going to plug this in here. Hey, Miles, hear me out. You make very great models, and if you remember the shroud on 3T22, you should design an optional shroud for your mini models. What do you mean? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you mean. Yeah, do that, and you'll make a yelping Cyclone. 140 motor. Oh, no, guys. 140 motors are... I go out of my way to get lower speed 130 motors that are actually lower speed than most 130s. And, 140 motors are, 30,000 RPM or something stupid like that. So, unfortunately, can't really use them on them. I built some of your mini sirens, but I built them with hot glue. Okay, guys. If you want the highest quality out of my mini sirens, you can... This is why I'm selling them. So, that's kind of fun, though. Hey, you don't need screws all the time, huh? Yeah. When will people ever learn that you can't put dampers on DC sirens and expect them to sound right? Yeah. The pitch rises on my 3T22 because it uses a 390 motor, which is DC. By the way, guys, when you're building any of my sirens with a buck converter like this, you're going to see the stupid red light, and, well, it will get dimmer when you adjust the voltage. I really hate these, so I literally... You can remove them from the board, and I will show you how I do that. It's very, it technically does modify the circuit board, but it still works. So I'm going to keep turning this down. This takes a long time, by the way. Keep turning it down. Oh. What happened? Why did that suddenly turn? I heard a pop. Oh, there we go. Did I kill it? Okay, there we go. We'll just go very dim there, like that. Actually, if it's dim enough, I might not even need it. It's just, we'll see all right, guys, let me show you. This is very funny. All right. look at this. You're going to see a glow through the Cyclone's hat, and I hate that. So we remove the tiny little LED from the board because it's just not really necessary. But yes. Guys, screws are awesome. You gotta consider what I'm doing here. If you want the best rotor and stator alignment, you have to glue them. Or, oh my gosh, you have to screw them. Did I just say glue? All right, now we will... Well, by the way, we are 45 minutes in here, and I'm, again, fiddling around with this silly little motor. But, I mean, come on, guys. We're doing what we can. I'm sorry if I'm taking forever. All right. Ooh, it's slow. Great thing about I almost said 130s. 280 motors, gosh, they have awesome wind downs because for whatever reason, the brushes on them are really loose when they rub on the commutator, and it just results in a longer wind down. So part of the reason why the Cyclone has a ridiculously long wind down, we will hear that when I'm done here. All right, screw it. I'm just going to get some alligator clips. I seem to always use these somewhere in a live stream. I use these alligator clips when I'm prototype testing it. Yeah. Oh, yeah, glues. Guys, that's why I want to... Okay, the same logic that Screamer just posted in chat applies to another one of my Sirens. Or actually applies to all my Sirens, but in a different way. Guys, the reason why I want to shift from press-fit rotors to shaft collars is because if you ever have to remove a rotor from a stator, it absolutely sucks, okay? You have to pull it really hard off. The glue's like everywhere because I eventually add super glue to hold the rotors on. Yeah, not very cool. It's just, let's see. Let's see. Oh, you can hear that beautiful rattling noise of the motor. Yeah, this doesn't sound great. I don't know why. Oh my gosh! Oh, okay. Downside of 280 motors. They have really crappy brushes. Did you hear that scream? That actually screamed. Oh my gosh. Wow. This sounded horrible. All right, I'm gonna... Oh, look at that. All right, so this is one of the best wind down. I haven't put a weight on it. Crazy as it sounds, I'm putting a weight on the Cyclone rotor. But... Oh! Am I running that the right way? No, it's going backwards. It's just strange because oh, yeah. Positive to... Oh, it's louder. Oh, yeah. The wind down will get better. Tune the pitch. Bingo. Oh, wow. All right, so if you guys didn't know already, the Cyclone here is 8th scale. It's small, okay? I saw other people's models of the Cyclone. They're awesome. Harold Hi-Hat, your quarter scale models, awesome. But I was like, I kind of make smaller scale Sirens, so I'm going to be the first to make like an 8th scale Siren, and I think I am. At least, I think I'm the first. I might even be just the first to make a Cyclone on a smaller scale. It's more reasonable to be like desktop sized and ship worthy, unless you're a Don, of course. But yeah, worthy of being shipped. The Cyclone is really easy to pack, actually. And there are 23 people watching. Thank you guys so much. I know this thing's awesome. What we'll do is we'll just put a weight on it, and we'll see the wind down improve once more. Here we go. We will see. Check it out. So we have this 2-inch fender washer. This weighs quite a lot, and we're gonna stick it on the rotor with some glue. And notice what I mean here. That stupid red light. Yeah, I will get rid of the red light. And I'm going to show you how I do it. It is really silly, actually. So here's how I do it. As I disconnect everything from it, I have just the motor. By the way, I don't really know what kind of motor this is. Is this a Doer or is this like the other kind of motor ACA uses? Can't remember. I don't know what this motor is actually based off of. I just saw it on a Cyclone and was like, oh, that's close enough. If anybody can clarify what kind of motor this looks like, please help me. I know the STH10 uses its Valley motor and stuff. And my Baldur, that was the other brand. Yeah, Baldur. Not Doer. They use Baldur, also Doer as well. Two funny names, you ask me. They sound funny. Probably because they're from Wisconsin. 50 horsepower, 3-phase Baldur motor. Thank you so much, Harold Hi-Hat. Yep. Oh, Baldur. Yeah, it looked, I just thought, I also saw another kind with a lot of vents on it. It had like, kind of looked like a 10V motor. The 10V's motor, the Sentry 10V, the motor on it has like a lot of these like vents on the outside of it. And I saw another kind, this model mined off of that. So I wanted to go with the Baldur. So yeah. Oh, my connection is unstable. Can anybody hear me? Are we still on air? Oh, there we go. So that kind of half terrified me. It said my connection was unstable. Can everybody hear me? Am I here? Hello? Are we still on? Yeah, I think I'm lagging. It told me my connection was unstable. Am I here? Can everybody hear me? Are we good? Do you see me fiddling around with this motor? Okay, great. All right. Well, anyway, back to the build. All right. Wait, Miles, other than your resin rotors, what filament do I use? All right, so funny story. So let me think here. All of this here, like actually all the parts here, this included, is just Elegoo PLA Plus. I go with the big brand stuff. Elegoo's pretty neat. No complaints with the print quality here. Actually, I was about to return this filament, but I was about to return it because I thought the filament was like defective. Like I thought the filament was like actually like when something goes wrong with the chemicals and like I couldn't print anything with it. I just had to dry the filament. So I dried it. Sometimes filament will arrive defective, but anyway, not in this case. So yeah, this is Elegoo white PLA Plus, yellow PLA Plus. And I also have some fancy schmancy bougie like Bamboo Lab. Literally, it's actually Bamboo Lab brand. Bamboo Lab matte PLA, and I got it from a friend of mine. It washed up in a pallet, and they had no use for it, so they gave it to me. Huge thanks to them. So, anyway, back to the build here. I hope that answers your question. That is the filament I use, and the resin I use is just Elegoo's water washable. Even though I don't wash it with water, it's their water washable resin, and I just prefer it over the other resin because it stinks a lot less, and it's quite frankly easier to print with, and it's easier to wash. So that's why I use it. Anyway, yeah, resin's awesome. I think more people have to start considering resin printers because they're 3D printers too. I think that's something to consider. But yeah, anyway, let me get my helping hands here. I will say resin does suck to like a resin rotor sucks. Like the post-processing is not fun. You guys will not like it, but the quality and of course printing rotors out of them is like awesome. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out how to do these. I'm showing these comments to Jared. Oh, be careful what you say to him. Huh? Wait, what? I have a real 7V8 and the motor is very inaccurate. Okay, so here's the thing. I modeled that motor off of the motor that's on a 10V, and it's not meant to be super accurate. I'll actually say that. The thing of it is, by the way, just trying to solder this thing finally. Anyway, thing of it is, I don't really like. Does anybody have photos of a 78 motor? Anyway, if anybody, I couldn't find any, so I just based it off of the 10Vs, and there was photos of that. So, anyway, Yeah, the motor's in a motor housing, so it just doesn't really much. It's just there to align the rotor and the stator and to look cool. Same with like the P50. I'm like, I don't even remember. Did I say P50? Same with the Cyclone. I said I don't really care what the motor looks like. I just want it to be somewhat accurate, and I want it to hold the core together, and that's what it does in the Cyclone. So, yeah, and we just learned here it's a 3-phase ball door motor. So, yeah, thank you for pointing that out, guys. Why won't you solder? Okay. I bet soldering on a Samsung motor is not fun either. Come on. Here we go. Oh, nice. They put that rosin stuff on it. Well, Sirens and more, you can share with me a post. By the way, you have a real 7v8? How did you get that? And why haven't we known yet? Anyway, if you would mind sharing a post, that'd be awesome. Yes, I'm making a Cyclone. Yeah, I'm very much excited for the Siren. This thing's awesome. Loudest of my 8th scale Sirens. I mean, it probably ties with the Super Cyrix. I'll say that, but it's definitely one of the loudest. And for obvious reasons. I mean, the Cyclone's literally the world's I believe it's one of the world's loudest omnidirectional sirens ever made. So Cyclone is pretty cool. There's a lot of small towns here, actually not too far from where I live in Oklahoma, that use like one Cyclone in the center of town to warn of like tornadoes and stuff. And it's really cool to see how like just see one siren do that, you know? That whole like town is reliant on that siren for outdoor notification, you know? They're like, oh, there's our wacky haunted creepy siren again. Yeah. I wish my town was like that, but here I am with Whelan's and dead thunderbolts. It is what it is, you know? All right, so I hope I wired this correctly. If I didn't, no big deal. I can just don't redo it. But here we go. We'll put on the motor here. Use Wegos instead of soldering on a Samsung motor. Oh, interesting. Okay, I was wondering if you use solder or not. All right, so guys, we have this here. I haven't put a weight on it. I will do that shortly. This is going to be really cool. There were almost 30 people watching. Guys, let's try not to get too wild like last time, but here we go. Here's a quick demo. I will adjust the pitch further when I add the weight because I know it might add more drag to the rotor, as if it didn't have enough already. Here we go. Holy. Did you hear that? That, oh my gosh, that was, no. ACA, you just missed the probably worst pitch test ever. Wow. Sorry, that was so loud. Yeah, 40V2T. Oh, actually, did that sound like a 40V2T? Could be, because 812 is a port relative of 1015. I might want to ramp it up again. This is going to draw so many amps. Oh my gosh. Guys, the Cyclone draws so much power. Even a mini siren uses a DC motor and everything. It consumes so much power. And Harold Hi-Hat here would know that just the Cyclone's ridiculously drag-heavy rotor is just, yeah, that's the reason why. It's the reason why it is what it is, you know? All right, here we go. Put on some glue. I hope I put enough. But guys, if the wind down wasn't good enough, guess what we're doing? Oh, yeah, I definitely... What the heck? Huh? Hey, hang on. Did I mess up the tolerance on this? Well, I think I just had to cheese in it. Okay, I wasn't happy with how this printed, or not too happy with it anyway. But wow, the rotor, or sorry, the weight is not fitting in properly. Let me make sure that I got the size right. It should be like All right, new remixes are a 3T22, a Cyclone 125, which might be broken, sorry. An 812 port Model M was remixed an hour ago by Mo775. Heck, that person's probably watching. Thank you for doing that. I love 812s. Anyway, I'm gonna check out the Cyclone rotor. I think I screwed something up. Regarding its rotor design, I just think I just messed up tolerance on the bottom because the. Oh, I really need a mouse. Oh, okay. 3D modeling without a. Oh, yeah, this is painful. 51 point. Okay, so I guess it was just the way my resin filter is. Sometimes the tolerances are different. Sometimes I'll get a really loose rotor, sometimes I'll get a tight one. It's probably all about the way the resin cures. Are we okay? Yeah, it's 51.5. Let me make sure the most recent one uses that size. Washer insert is, show me the size, 51.5. Okay, it never changed. Good. All right, I was just making sure I didn't screw up modeling. And it worked. I just had to balance it and kind of... Oh, dang. All right, I don't know what to do about that. It won't stick. It won't... When in doubt, super glue out. I mean, I'm already using super glue, but... Come on, man. I'm just trying to make this slightly bigger, the tolerance anyway. Yeah, this shouldn't happen. The Cyclone should be really easy to get a hammer. Actually, maybe. I just don't want to break the resin because it's super fragile. Usually that just fits right in, though. That's why I'm kind of... Yeah, anyway. I'm depressed. Wow. Miles, hammer. Okay. Or rubber mallet. Yeah, I wish I had one, but I don't right now. Oddly enough, there's one just sitting in my backyard. I don't know why it's there, but I think I was using it to pound in steaks for something. But hey, guys, I know we don't have a rubber mallet, but I'm going to get something really funny to put this in. And it is in there. It's just, guys, yeah, there are pliers. Oh, bounced out. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to glue this sucker down. Okay, that'll be actually cool if you're able to code my model too. Guys, I'm going to get a little bonkers here with glue and such and just make it work. This is the first Cyclone we're ever selling, so hey, chances are it's not going to be absolutely top-notch quality. Again, I wanted to use a shaft collar on the Sirens rotor, but I, of course, didn't get around to it. And guys, and I don't know if you guys saw my post about the donut bores. Okay, I know that sounds really strange, but I had this idea of adding a little donut inside of the shaft hole of my Sirens, right where the motor is supposed to stop. And that way, you can only press in the rotor a certain amount, making it impossible to press it in too much. Well, I was gonna... Sorry, I'm trying to read comments here. I was trying... Gosh. I was trying to make that work on this, and I realized that the shaft length of a 280 is different than that of a 130. In fact, if I get a 130, I'll rip this one out. Guys, I don't know if you see that. Oh, I don't know if you see that, but look, the shaft length there is different. One shaft is a little shorter than the other. Anyway, so I fit it for a 130 because I was not thinking, I guess. And basically, sorry, my glue gun. I'm going to need this really soon, actually. 8th scale hammer model. Guys, that'd be for like a little doll. And this is a Cyclone for a little doll. We'll have a little worker guy. Yeah. Well, anyway, I messed up the height at where that, where the donut bore needed to be. And, yeah. Yeah, I'll make sure I don't Siren Con this rotor or the 24-inch, 24-foot, oh my gosh, 24-inch P50. Yeah, no. Yeah. Why B Sirens? No. All right. Again, guys, I will. No, you know how your quality of life improves? Well, the quality of, like, this rotor will improve, and the build quality of my Sirens will improve over time, because right now I'm just making them work. They will work, absolutely, but also they won't be 100% perfect. Please understand that, guys. And, like, oh, gosh. Oh, wait, does that go in only a certain amount? It does. You know what? I don't think I even need glue to hold this in. Guys, enough with the 80 pounds of Cyclone thing. That was funny. Oh my gosh. My glue gun. All right, so there are 20 people watching through this boredom-ridden stream. Thank you guys so much. All right, it's not boredom-ridden, but it's just... I feel like I'm doing this slowly. So sorry. I will not glue this because I feel like gluing is just going to keep it one spot forever. Where does the shaft come out? No, sorry, the cable. Let's see. Oh, it doesn't matter because each corner is the same. 4 screws. Each corner has 2 screws. This has 2 screws. Wait, look, you can see it right here. This goes up to 2 screws up here. So, yeah, we're okay. It doesn't matter which direction I install this. It's basically whichever direction the rotor and stator seem to like. So, Cyclone versus person 1v1. Cyclone, 80 pounds. Guys, the Cyclone is much heavier than that. It's got to be closer to 800 pounds than 80 pounds. So let's see here. I'm going to just put this on. That sounds crazy that I'm not gluing this in, but this fits in here so tightly. I feel like it just doesn't need it. So maybe to hold it in, just make sure it doesn't slip. So I'll probably add a little bit, but it's not a necessity. So, and here we are with the gorillas again. I remember this happened the last time when we had a bunch of people watching. Yeah. There's a fly in here. Oh. All right. Well, anyway. Yes, this is an STH-10. Yeah, that should be the next. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I made my stream. I made it late. I was getting back home from an event I was attending, and it took... Well, I actually got home in time to do the stream, but I was busy talking to a bunch of people, which ate up all my time. So anyway, my bad on that part. I would have made it on time, but anyway, an hour late. But yeah, anyway, we are also an hour and 7 minutes into the stream. So, make that an hour and 8 minutes. So, I'm going to build this Cyclone here, guys, once we get the screw. By the way, I need to show you possibly the funniest thing ever. Did my duck fall over? Okay, there we go. He's going to be crooked. Oh, just sit there. I got this new screw. These screw kits are awesome. Gosh, it's like $9 for like 800 M2 screws, because you know me and M2s. And you see that? You know why there isn't screws in there? They got mixed into all these other ones. Yeah. So I can just see, there's a screw there that shouldn't be there. There's a bunch of screws. This is all complete. These two are completely mixed together. I think there's some in here. Oh, I see one in there. Like, they just, my gosh. I have to get a magnet. I have to suck it up. I have to clean it. So I'm not going to be using that kit today because I think I have enough screws from this kit, which is organized. So I'm going to have to, in my own time, just figure that fun stuff out. And so, but what we're doing is just using the rest of the screws that are in this screw kit. So let's do that. Let's use some M2x12s on here because using long screws to hold the stator on is a good idea. And let's see. Mine get mixed too. Yeah, mine just arrived in really rough condition. All right. Why is the STH-10 hard to build? It's hard to build. It's not that hard to build. Cramming the resistors in there is probably the most fun part, but it's still... Oh, actually, I added extra room there. So, not that bad. I suggest soldering the resistors on the side of the motor, so it's like connected to one of the terminals first, and then you have one that goes back up, and then you can connect to that. Then just connect to the other end of the motor like you would normally, directly to power. And that way it goes through the resistor bank. If the pitch is like horrible, even though you added resistors and you got the combination right, it's probably because it's arcing through the motor body. So make sure you add some tape on here so it doesn't conduct. Yeah, sorry about that. But let's see now. Yeah, the STH10 horns. Yeah, I printed 6 at a time. So I just print 2 sets of 6 to get all 12. And yeah, it's pretty neat. Maybe one of these days I'll give away a Siren to somebody, and then it'll be an STH10 with it'll be like a patriotic STH10 or something. Do use caution when you are gluing the motors in, because you just don't want them to wiggle. I just got glue on here, which will absolutely kill rotor stator alignment. So you want to make sure that is as smooth as possible. This is not an STL10. That's an STH10. With the intake, I know this is kind of unrealistic because there's only 12 screws. There should be the 6 and the 12 screws to hold the horns and the stators on, but it's simplified. There's just some level of simplicity you have to account for when making a miniature siren. That's one of the things. Oh, it's fine, ACA. Yeah. What electric screwdriver do I use? You know what? Thank you for bringing that up, because I really need to use that right about now. Here it is. It is the Fantic NEX E2 Ultra. It's just, I think I got this for my birthday last year, and it's awesome. It just comes out like this. Full disclosure, I think I broke it because this is not supposed to slide. It's supposed to pop. It's supposed to kind of go as it moves, like kind of like it's on gears or something. Mine completely fell over, like it fell apart. I dropped it from a high distance and it fell apart and broke. I had to reassemble it, and it still works, but it's never spin. It never spun the right way. Where is Gaming with Johnny? Good question. He goes crazy about my electric screwdriver. He would love this. Let's clean up a bit now. Oh yeah, by the way, our weight is on the Cyclone. It's staying in there. Yep. Glad I did that. Guys, the Cyclone rotor smells so bad. Let me tell you why. 1, it was printed in resin. Resin stinks. Like, it just does not smell good. And then 2, we have super glue. This thing, when it spins up and it spits all of its air, it shoots all the air out through the stator. It's probably not going to smell good. So, yeah, that's probably the one downside of resin printing rotors. Can I make a P10C or P15C? Okay, well, I didn't know the coated ones had C at the end. But I know what you mean. No, I'm probably not going to make a coated one. Guys, listen. This is a gear reducer. All right, if I can have... I took a lot of inspiration from Harold Hi-Hat's quarter scale P10. He used one of these gear motors, and he it works really well, actually. Only complaint I have is honestly the wind down time, but that could probably be improved with weights and a motor that has looser brushes. So I'll probably go out of my way to make sure I do that. But I mean, look, guys, if a motor can drive this, the Sirens motor is dual ended, sticks out the back. I'll have it go to like some pulleys or something, just so it can reach this. I won't even have a motor on the back. I'll just have a set of bearings that fits in here, so it, does the job of the motor without needing to use a motor. And I can reuse the motors to make 130 motor Sirens, which is really funny if you ask me. And then this goes, and then, I mean, look, this just spins look at that. So, I mean, of course, yeah. Yeah, the wind down's really short. It's because the motor it uses has really, really intense brushes, like a 390. Actually, it might be a 390 motor. Loosen the brushes. You can do that. That will improve the wind down time, and of course, just use weights. But also, just switching to a different type of motor that has looser brushes, like a 280 or a 130, will get you good wind down times as well. So, yeah. Burns plastic. All right, so let's not... I don't want it to be too messy around here. I'm going to put that over here. A coated P10 is not a thing. Yeah, completely split my mind, but that's absolutely correct. Only coated P15s were a thing, so yeah. Anyway, oh, we're such nerds. We're like, actually, coated P10s didn't exist. Actually, according to According to the air aspect. Yeah. The truth to all life problems are weights. Yeah. Except the opposite of that logic applies when you're metaphorically speaking, like, oh, it's a weight off of my shoulders. Yeah, well, when it comes to building a siren, your best friends are weights. I don't care if they're dowel rods or washers or even something else. Weights are just the way to go. Because, I mean, think about it. If you're printing a plastic rotor, it's, like, not going to be heavy. And rotors need to be heavy. Let me turn up the torque on this. So, bee sirens, I made a Super Cyrix. I completely demolished it. I'm serious. I didn't tell many people this, but it was to make my 500 DH2T. I had to sacrifice it. I needed the parts from it, okay? Because it shares a lot of parts. It has the same gear motor, the same buck converters. It has not the same motor, but yeah. I still have my 1010 port Adrian, Missouri style Super Cyrix, but that thing has problems. Like, there's some rotor stator misalignment because I need to put shaft collars on it. And, oh, bye, Carl. And, oh, gosh, sorry. The other problem with it is that the motor it has, I broke the brushes on it, so I had to replace them. And when I did that, it didn't, like, I can tell the brushes I put on that weren't made for it. And it caused it to have, it caused the pitch to be weird. The pitch was very strange. I mean, it will wind up to 9-port pitch, okay? It will sound like, but, like, it's a 10-port Super Cyrix. Then if you run it for a few minutes, it goes up to 10-port pitch. So I'm not sure what to do about that. All right. Gosh. Let's see now. My 14V and 40V2T are smelling of burned plastic and ripped my AST T121. What is happening to you? All right. All right, so guys, moment of truth here. This will determine whether or not, well, one, the pitch is accurate. Oh, I think I can rotate this. The tolerance is okay, but it could be better. Here. Let me try this. So if this is leaning on this side, I probably need to take it out. Let me do that. I'll do it by hand. Actually, this is quicker. Guys, so this won't be like the stupid STL10 a few streams ago. We're like, gosh, we're like constantly taking the motor on and off to improve the tolerance. Hopefully it won't be like that. The Cyclone here is much easier. This didn't even scrape. I just noticed that one side had a way bigger gap than the other, which is not good. So I'm going to flip the stator a direction, like probably 45 degrees. Sorry, not 40, 90, and see what happens. All right. Yeah, if anybody has any questions, regarding my channel or my business, please ask them right now because I am doing something pretty boring. I've had the tolerance problem with trying to screw new stators on my motor. Yeah. Well, just here's the cool thing. A lot of my... Did you 3D print your 10V2T? No, not yet. I hope to sell those if I can get shaft collars going, but no guarantees. It'd just be really cool to sell a bigger siren like that in 6 scale because it's just it's going to popularize that scale. Everybody's going to be like, oh, 6 scale sirens are actually portable and desktop sized. I want to make more. Is the Northwest motor 3-phase or single phase? I'm assuming you're talking about the one on my 3T22 and 2T22. I think it's supposed to be based off a single phase one. If anybody wants to make a 2T22B or something, they can. Just print the Northwest motor. Yeah. And, oh, I think I found the problem. It's this. But yeah, it's supposed to be based off a single phase one. And by the way, oh, the STL10. Yeah, I keep calling that a GE motor, even though it's not, but yeah, it's supposed to be 3-phase, I believe, because all STL10s I see with that motor are like STL10As. I can tell by the pitch, so. Oh, the 16V1TB. That's another awesome 6-scale siren. And same scale as my Model M. Same scale as most of my Sentries. Same scale as the 2T22. That would be a great siren to sell. I think I will, but oh my gosh, you guys are going to have to assemble those horns because prepare to install 16 horns, which, by the way, don't fit inside of each other. So the package, I'm going to have to get really clever with the shipping on a siren like that. Same with the 10v2T or the 15v2T for that matter. But yeah. Oh, that's cool. Thank you for printing that. I can't pronounce that username. Did anybody pay attention to what direction I was putting the stator on in? I pulled it off, then I rotated it, and oh, now I don't know which way I'm putting it on. You know what? Good riddance. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to press this on. Why is that perfect? Okay, let's just go with that. Like, why is that tolerance perfect? Okay, now we'll just put this on. I hope I'm putting this on the right way. But yeah, I'm going to do this manually and basically just hurrying up because I'm getting tired and it's late and I want to build this. And what we'll do here, guys, is what happens next is pretty simple. We just put some eye bolts holding on the hat. We put the intake on the stator between the two stator ring. Actually, there's quite a lot to do, but what I'm trying to say is, oh, perfect tolerance. Look at that. All right, so let's hear this thing. I really want to hear it. First off, let me make sure it is spinning in the right direction. It is. Because, guys, if this thing is running backwards, it's kind of sad, actually. All right, I added a weight to this, so the pitch is probably going to be different, and I might have to adjust it again. So here we go. Oh, okay. A little bit of drag. Is that good? Still winding down. Oh my gosh. I love this thing. Oh, yeah, EMC Man S the 16V. That's awesome. Thank you for printing that. I bet those horns were fun. Dude, this is awesome. Oh, thank you so much, guys. Yeah, very happy with that. I will get this out. I will glue the rotor in. Guys, next time I build, actually, this is something I'll do probably next restock so I can buy more parts. Well, I can buy more right now, but I don't want to. Actually, I'll probably do that. Okay, guys, expect some of the later sirens I build to use shaft collars because of the reasons I discussed earlier. I did buy shaft collars, but they're they only work on 390 motors because they're 2.3 millimeters. So yeah, technically 2.38, but yeah. Well, sorry. Let me just try putting one on here and see what happens. Oh, yeah, no, look at that. That's a no-go. See that wiggle room there? Yeah, so this would wobble like crazy. So fortunately they sell 2 millimeter or 2.05 or whatever, because it has to be slightly bigger than the motor shaft. They sell shaft collars like that like everywhere on Amazon. I'm gonna buy some, and yeah, I'm like totally gonna I'm totally gonna put that on here. Then, guys, what I do is I just slide the rotor on instead of pressing it in, and I would tighten a screw that's on the side. You won't even see it, and like, yeah, just like that, an awesome Cyclone, like a rotor that does not fail you. Hi, Harold Hi-Hat. That's his main account too. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Yes, sirree. That tolerance is awesome. Since Harold Hi-Hat's back, here, let's, okay, this is really fun. I absolutely love doing this. Now, let me show you guys something. I just want to hear how just loud this thing is, in general. I have to pull this through the cable because it gets because, you know, I can't put it on any other way. I'm going to put this... Oh my gosh, it's upside down. I thought it was upside down the first time. It was actually the right side. All right, there. This way it can go down. Ha! This thing's heavy, dude. All right. I'll just put this anywhere it seems to fit. We're going... this is nowhere... This is not permanent, but I want to hear how loud this is. So let me line up the stator ports with the stator ring. And this is starting to look a lot like a Cyclone here, guys. I know it's... Nothing's even screwed together. It's just a core with its housing on, but still pretty cool, though, right? Oh, yeah. All right, so that's on there. And I just want to show you guys that this thing is impressively loud for its scale. I know I probably say that in every stream, but I cannot emphasize that point any more with the Cyclone. This thing's loud. I was able to hear it from like 200 feet away in the woods. Video on my channel. I had a fun time making that video. There's so many bloopers in that video. It's so funny. All right, well, here's the Cyclone, and it has all the stator rings on, so it should be full sound output. That's it. Oh. What's the intake? But yeah. That's loud. Ha ha ha. Yeah. Upside down Cyclone when. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, Bailey. I know the horns are hard to put on, but they're awesome. I can't. Sorry, what am I trying to say? Oh, there's no better way to really install the horns, unfortunately. I'm upgrading my 3T22 and T22 for the horns to snap in place, kind of like Don's miniature 2T22. But problem is, I can't really make Sentry horns snap on because of the way they're mounted. So, yeah. And I do it with, like, the STL-10 or the STH-10 sirens like that. But then, I feel like just removing all those screws would remove a lot of character from the siren. So, for that reason, I'm going to keep those. I'm going to keep those horns screwed on. But, yeah, Sentry horns. Meh. Hopefully, I can sell Sentries... like horn sentries like the 10V or the 16V1CB without any major problems. Hopefully the user can assemble them. I just shipped actually the 16-port sentry was bought by somebody, and well, it's kind of up to them to assemble the horns. They'll do it though. I'm sure they will. All right. Oh yeah, bye Brendan. Yeah, have fun having you here. All right, see you guys. Okay, thank you for printing my STL-10. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna just, glue this on. I feel bad doing that, but you know, it's necessary. I'm surprised there's 22 people watching. This is very boring. Okay, we did just do something pretty cool, but you get what I mean. I'm gonna press in the Cyclone rotor because the core alignment's awesome. Something about 280 motors that just, I don't know. I even actually, for a short time, considered switching all of my sirens to 280 motors. The only problem with that is that 280 motors consume too much power, and I can't use the resistor step-down reduction system thing, blah, blah, blah. I can't use resistors. So, for that reason, I decided to not use them, but yeah, 280 motors are cool. They also have a quicker wind-up than 130s. I noticed that 130s are really sluggish sometimes. I know that's true. You can hear it on most of my 130 motor sirens, but it is what it is. Yeah. This thing is like a Oh, I'm so goofy. The rotational P50. Huh, I wonder what that is. All right, so let's see. How much does your 10V2T weigh? Honestly, I haven't printed that yet. That's one of those Sirens, like, guys, I want you to see this. Guys, I can't wait to use my M2x4s. They're right here in this bin, and there's one left. All right, I'm just going to use it. All right, and I'm going to open up my new kit. I'm glad I bought a new screw kit because it's ridiculous. Oh, yeah, it's a big rotor. Oh, I got to be careful because these are so mixed. I know M2x4 when I see it because they're really short. Yeah, oh, there we go. That's an M2x5. Get out of here. All right. Oh, yeah, so sorry. My 10V2T, oh, that's a heavy siren. It uses one of these big boy motors. And let me think. I mean, assuming it's about the same weight as my 3T22, probably weighs like 5 pounds or something. It's pretty heavy, actually. But yeah. What is your most sold siren? You know what? I don't have a most sold siren because well, I guess I do. It would probably be the Banshees because I built 2 of those. The problem is I don't really have a most sold siren because I don't really have a bestseller because how to say it? It stock comes and goes, so it's not really somebody's choice to buy a siren that they want. You know, because I'm assuming the bestseller would be the Cyclone or something like that, or a siren like that, but yeah, it's not. So yeah, I guess the best seller right now has got to be the Banshees because I built 2 of those. My most heavy siren, oh gosh, that goes to the quarter scale 2001. Yeah, I'm also I'm not making sirens that big anymore because I mean, well, they're awesome. They're just too big to sell. So yeah, I kind of come to a certain point there. Yeah. Anyway, let's see now. 12-port stator ring is on there. Yeah, I know my 2001 and my Equinox are very old models. They're very old, but they're not bad. Like, the models are actually quite accurate. I went back, I made the throats on the stator of the 2001 and the Equinox. I made them more accurate because of the way they were shaped. Gosh, what else did I do? Well, I can't remember. What I'm trying to say is, well, that siren is old, but like it's actually still pretty accurate. So yeah, the rotator is awesome on that thing. I should probably mount. I'm surprised that TT gear motor works on that, but yeah. I made another 8-port SD10. It's loud. Weird. So out of curiosity, why would you make an 8-port SD10? I know there's one 12-port prototype SD10 that's like out there somewhere. I saw somebody on Tinkercad was actually trying to make one out of my model, which I thought was really funny. Yeah, it's like, oh, here, sorry, I'm just assembling this. Harold, hi. Miles, can I share a Tinkercad project with some P50 and Cyclone reference stuff with you? Absolutely. If it's like something you want just me to see, just like make it a share link, and then give me the shared link, and then I will have access to the project. I'd love to see that. If you think something's wrong with my Cyclone or my, something like that, let me know. I hope I'm not wrong because someone here just made a quarter scale Cyclone and quarter scale P50, and you obviously know what you're doing. So, yeah. I tried my best to make this as accurate as possible. It should be. Oh, I'm also assuming you want me to make a P50. Yeah. Hey, if you could actually, well, I know your files are free to the domain, but I would love to see your P10. Yeah, I think because I want to make a P10. Is that going in there? Hang on, sorry. Let me reevaluate my life choices. No, that's holding on. Okay, it's kind of scary. All right. Also, don't think anything is wrong. Just some P50 references, too. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah, add the P10. That would help me out so much. And no joke, I literally go in printables. I download your files and I just use them as references to mine, just to make sure they're accurate. Because I know if you made it, it's probably pretty close to the real thing. So yeah, you do an awesome job modeling those. And I know you use Tinkercad as well, or you did. And yeah, I can respect that. Well done, seriously. So yeah, thank you for sharing that with me. I will. Oh, gosh, here I am dropping screws. I will definitely consider a P10. Oh heck, and a P50. Here I am making all the penetrators. Boy, I'm gonna be really busy. Yeah. Oh no, maybe I shouldn't have said that. What? Yeah, I might have just leaked that. Oh my gosh, the 1003. Yeah, don't cram that all into a single remix design because that is going to be so laggy. Yeah, I definitely appreciate that, and it would be full scale. So yeah. All right, here we go. Why aren't you going in? You have like one place to go. Why aren't you going in? Okay, there, I made it go in. All right. Yeah, all will be third scale minus the P10, which is quarter scale. Okay, nice. Yeah. Literally what I can do, because believe it or not, I'm actually planning on making an 8 scale P10. And gosh, probably 8 scale P50 too, because Cyclone. Oh, interesting. According to Tinkercad, the 10V2T weighs 446.59. Well, that does work. We also have to calculate the weight of the motor and the weights and everything else that goes into it. Heck, even screws count. I'm assuming that's ounces or something, Screamer. But yeah, oh my gosh, welcome, Siren Bench. How are you doing? Probably I shouldn't have reacted with oh my gosh, but hey, it's good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Here I am tediously assembling the Cyclone to be sold on my website, the 3D Engineer Mini Sirens. Check out the 3dengineer.net. Yep. Also, somebody asked me how much does it cost to like pay for my website? Well, the domain was like a few bucks and I get it for a year, so that's cheap. But I also have to buy pro features because I use Wix. It is what it is. And it charges me like almost $40 a month. But I need to change my plan on that, and I need to have it so I buy it yearly and I buy it outright. So it saves me money if I do that. So yeah, I need to do that. But other than that, I'm making a lot of hard-earned cash just making and selling sirens, doing something I enjoy. So it's really fun. I would think a single tone 8/8 or 12 port Cyclone would be louder. You know what else I think would be louder is if instead of these two, I know the purpose of the Cyclone is to be dual tone, but I also think if they were, oh my gosh, what happened to that? So I'm just looking at the overhangs on this. I think that like not having the Cyclone be dual tone would also help. Let's push that in. And guys, what if there weren't 2 rows of ports like this? What if there was just one big thing of ports? Yeah. Oh, thanks, that one train guy. Yeah, they are free on Tinkercad. If you want to remix the project, print it yourself, absolutely. But also, if you want to buy them pre-built, which you totally get. I mean, I'm building this one right now, so yeah, it's gonna be sold. Got to buy it quick though, because they sell out very fast. Try a Thunderbeam. Oh my. Yeah, I don't know about that one. Gear reducer. I can't use a gear motor on that either because, I can't use the gear reduction system of a gear motor on that because of the shape. All right. Oh, yeah, you're welcome, Sirens of, is that Laporte or Laporte? It's probably Laporte. Yeah, anyway. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thunderbeam. Gosh, only one person has made a Thunderbeam, and that has been UW Titan fan. Uh, yeah. Seriously. Do you think you'll ever try to make an unreleased patent siren? What was I can't even think of a siren that wasn't released like that. But yeah, I don't know. By the way, it's dark. It is almost 9 o'clock for me, so I do need to kind of hurry up. But we will have a Cyclone here by the end of tonight. Make a Cyrodrone, the spinny hat one. Okay, the only guys, I love Cyrodrones, but I just hate how many stupid little variants there are of the Cyrodrone. There's just too many, and I feel like sticking to just one leaves out all the other cool ones that are out there. So yeah, for that reason, we'll be making a Cyrodrone. There's also not a whole lot known about Cyrodrones. Like, I don't even know what size rotors they use. But yeah, that is a reason why. No, I'm not selling 2001s. Not right now, anyway. I might be able to make a smaller 6-scale one that I might be able to sell in the future, but right now, no, I don't. I did a major boo-boo. I didn't screw the two stator halves together. Is that a burn mark? Okay, I'm really sorry for this. There's a 9.7 port Cyrodrone. By the way, I kind of think it's weird how that's a Cyrodrone because it looks just like a Cyrix. The way the rotors are set up and everything. You know, it has a rotor stacked on top of another one. They're joined through a bearing. Yeah. Anyway, the reason... Oh, yeah, the 16V, 1CV. Yeah, I might sell that soon. It's just a larger Century, so... What I like about that one is that it uses two small 130s, so it's really easy to build and wire, but... Here, I'm bumping my microphone. That is just a bigger siren, so, yeah. My voice is getting sore. I'm so sorry I'm removing the intake, but I just messed something up big time. I forgot to screw the two stator halves together before screwing it to the bottom. So if you don't know this, you have to screw the two stator halves together as one part before you do this. I could probably glue them together, but then those screw holes wouldn't be used, and yeah, I don't know. It's also just easier. So anyway, honestly, yeah, 40V2T, I need to build one of those too. I really want to sell those. We're stripped down to a core once again. You need to make a coated Cyclone model, not to sell. Well, pal, I had a really hard time making my 3T22, and I just... I really don't want to build another damper. I made a coated intake for a Cyclone. By the way, I don't think anybody on YouTube has yet made my 3T22 with functional dampers. I don't know why. I assure you, you're fully able. I'm losing my words here. I assure you, you absolutely can build the 3T22 with functional dampers. It just takes a lot of fine-tuning, finicky tuning. I have... Oh my gosh, I need to hear a video of that. Sorry, if you guys listen, like, the dampers... Okay, the dampers have to fully open and shut. Well, when I mean fully open, like, only open about... see this intake? Only about that much, only about 45 degrees. But they need to shut all the way. Otherwise, all the airflow, it doesn't sound very coated. Or it sounds like a 3T22 with dying dampers. But anyway, I'd love to see people's videos of that. Yeah. Let's see. North Ridge, if you built my 3T22 unmodified, the dampers work, I would love to see that. I know you made my coated Cyclone, so that would be awesome. I want to see that. Oh, the Super Cyrix. That's a rotational siren. Rotational sirens are very, very complicated, and I don't have intentions of selling those right now. Sorry, guys. I know I'm putting down a lot of cool sirens, but it took me like a month to... It took me like a month to build the DHTT. That's a rotational siren of mine. And listen, hear me out. That siren, it's I'm also not accounting for the time it took me to model it. It took me like a month or two to model it, but I was also kind of picking up on it as I went. Good things take time. What I'm trying to say is, right now I'm just selling my simple models, my baseline models, the Cyclone being one of them. But yeah, I don't know. Expect to see dual rotor sirens be up for sale eventually, pretty soon here, actually. What'll be happening is I just gotta redesign the rotors to work with shaft collars, and eventually all my sirens will use shaft collars. That will happen too. But when that happens, you guys are gonna see a major quality increase on my sirens. Okay, we're gonna have rotors and stators that are immune to misalignment. Think of that. So yeah, it'll be like the Sterling Model M. What do your parents think of you being a siren enthusiast? Okay, it's kind of an interesting question. So, not to be rude, but my mom, she loves my work. She appreciates my work. She's like really proud of me and all. But like she'll do this thing that's really funny. She'll call my miniature sirens. She'll call them my little machines, and I think that's funny. No, mine are cool with it. They support it in every way. But yeah, guys, listen. I might even go to SirenCon one of these years, and I'd have a stand there where you could buy my mini sirens. Oh my gosh! I know I'm probably going to meet a bunch of people there who are like, "Why aren't you using Samsungs?" I'm going to be like, "Because I don't really make huge miniature sirens. Need Samsungs. So, hey, if I ever do, I'll let you know. But I'll tell you what, not now." But yeah, SirenCon. Oh yeah, my parents would be willing to drive me up to Rhinelander one of these years and sell miniature sirens there, just to make a bunch of money. It'd be so much fun, and I'd get to meet a bunch of you guys too. I know I'd meet, gosh, Harold Hi-Hat. I would love to meet you. And if some of the other guys come, Siren Bench. I don't know if you go or not. Any of the other guys I know, I would love to see you guys there too. Oh, and even NASCAR Sim Racing, if he attends them anymore. I don't know if he does, but I'd like to meet him too. I just hope we don't have a war over Samsungs, because I know he strongly advocates for those in every way. Okay, here we go. Yep, sorry, that took forever to get the screw in. I'm screwing the two stator halves together. That's what I'm doing. I know I could glue them, but glue sucks. Guys, look at that. Oh, that was so hard to print, by the way. Oh. Whoa, all right. Easy with the words here. Gates Aviation Fan. I know I mispronounced that name, but no reason. SirenCon's pretty cool. I mean, all right, except for the people who got their controllers stolen, but no say bad word. Yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, guys, oh my gosh, we're almost 2 hours into the stream. I need to get going. Let me go. Expect me to, I don't know, end the stream abruptly. I'm sure you can hear my voice dying because it's sore from all this talking, so I think I'm going to shut up and I'm just going to build this thing. If you guys have any serious questions, let me know. I'll try to answer them, but please understand that my voice needs a rest. Ha! All right, look at that. Let's build this the right way. All right, montage. Oh, I did this the wrong way. Rotate. You gotta get where the cable comes out to be correct. See right there? So it lines up with the cable. I hope everybody can see that. Oh, and I'm not going to use M2x6s on the bottom. I decided that I don't want to. I want to use M2x8s. Because they're longer. Darn, I'm going to run out. Okay. Well, whatever. It's fine. I already answered that question, Bailey. I am not selling 2001s right now. Okay, I'm really not. And the reason for that is because they're quarter scale. They're absolutely massive and too big to ship. So right now, or sorry, in the future, if I'm ever going to sell a 2001, which I might not, but if I do, it's going to be a 6 scale model that's much smaller. And yeah, that. Just don't expect that to happen anytime too soon, basically. Sorry to put a damper on your phone there, but it is what it is, you know? Nice. Okay, what is a Harold hi-hat? I like Sirens, but isn't SirenCon a big risk for hearing loss, even with earplugs and earphones? Probably. Honestly, I haven't thought about that too much. Switch to other screw kit. When will you restock? Okay. Let me think about that. I'm working on the restock right now. I have to build. Alright, so I built a 2T. I'm building a Cyclone right now, and I have this STH10, which I don't think I'll build live because I screwed up the rotor on this. Let's see. But yeah, after that, expect to see a major quality increase on my mini Sirens. This restock might take just a little longer than expected. That's because I want to buy shaft collars for all my mini Sirens, and I have to wait for those to arrive. And I might buy more filament and such. So it'll take a while. Guys, if I can't hurry up, rush, and build the Cyclone, I'm getting tired, and I might literally finish this off camera and just make a video of it or something. I'm getting quite tired. I had a long day today. So I don't know if you guys are okay with that. I know it would suck to just end the stream just because I'm tired, but I also have to consider that. Okay, is that coming out the right way? Yes, it is. All right. So anyway, things will be quiet while I assemble this. Here we go. Oh. No, I'm not building a 16V right now. Maybe in the future. I want to sell those, but... Oh, that was beautiful. We need gaming with Johnny. Electric screwdriver. Better to sleep than to have a boring rest of the stream. Yeah, honestly. Like, it's just entering 9 o'clock my time zone, so it's kind of getting late. And I had a long day, so yeah, that. But yeah, I'm okay, guys. I think I'll finish this. I genuinely see Johnny everywhere. It's not even funny. Absolutely. What happened to the 130? What do you mean? My 2001 130, or are you talking about a 130 motor? Because those are two big questions about this. Yeah. Okay. Now it's okay, guys. We're almost there. I forgot what size screws I used on. I forgot what size screws I used on the bottom. That's it, boy. Get in there. Oh yeah, beautiful. It was like hesitant to go in there. Yeah, the 2001 130. Okay, guys, I've mentioned this in several of my community posts. My 2001 got lost when I entered it at my county fair. Actually, my local county fair is will be later. I think it's sometime in September. I forgot, but I entered it as a fair entry because I thought it'd be cool to show people like I build mini Sirens and stuff. It went to the fair, and it didn't come back, and I think somebody stole it. Very sad. I know. So, yeah. It is what it is. I'm gonna miss that thing, and it's okay. It's okay. It's a quarter scale siren. It was way too big, in my opinion. And I was pretty bummed about losing it at first, but then I was like, yeah, I literally, that's what happened to the 2001. I hope to remake it in a smaller form. I want to make it 6 scale, so it's at the same scale as my 2T22 and my Centuries, excluding the 40V2T, but yeah. Hope that answers that question, because a lot of people seem to ask. A lot of people were confused. Yeah. And what happened to the 130 motor on the Cyclone? Well, I upgraded it because a 130 was too slow, which doesn't surprise me. This rotor is very intensive. Very complicated rotor. Okay, see ya. Bye, Harold Hat. We're almost here, by the way. Very close. Just got to put the intake on and the, the hat. But yeah. Universal siren timer that works on your sirens. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's really, it sounds very stressful to sell something as complicated as an AR timer or an AF timer. And, well, that would be beyond cool. That would be too cool. Problem with that is that, like, I don't know, like, would it be, like, would I put an Arduino in there? Would it be a fake AR timer, you know? Because a real one would have mechanical relays, and not even relays, like those little spinny things that turn the siren on and off, as they rotate the metal and stuff. See, I just don't know what I'd do there. How many sirens do you plan on making till next restock? I think 5. I think my goal is to do 5 every time. The Cyclone here's one of them. Oh, this thing's huge. Oh. It's like so huge, but like so small at the same time. I love it. But yeah, 5 sirens should be in this restock. Same as all. Unless I get a print farm, probably don't expect more than 5 sirens to be sold at once. But maybe I should do more, because after last restock, literally they all sold within 3 hours of the restock. I don't know if you guys knew that, but oh my gosh, they sold out so quickly. So might be worth it to do more at a time. So maybe more than 5 is a better idea. So, but for now, 5, yeah. Yeah, Arduino. Yeah, it's the only way to make it practical. Arduinos are expensive. Ugh. All right, guys, if I sell an AR timer or an AF timer or something, expect this is going to be like hundreds of dollars, okay? It's going to have to be expensive, because that takes forever to build. All right, so far these have been the right screw size. Okay, am I still looking for someone to test print the deco? Let me think. So Siren Bench, who is currently watching, I believe, thank you so much, printed the deco. I know you didn't do a very good job, and you said it yourself, but he's going to reprint it someday, and he's going to print it like in higher quality. He just wanted to test it, and it worked. It was awesome. Like, it was a really cool siren. You should definitely check out his video on that. It's on his channel. But yeah, sorry, I'm tying this up and getting tired. I guess so. I released the files for the Red Arrow, and you can literally, like, you can print it right now. It's still early access technically, but after seeing him print it and it worked so well, I was like, okay, I can release the files, and that's what I did. So yeah. All right, guys, we're just about done here. Wow, we're almost 2 hours into the stream. Yes, this is a Model 2T. I know the wind down sucks, but it just, I need to add weights to that rotor, but I'm worried it'll ruin the pitch. The pitch is already kind of on the lower end on my 5-port Model 5, so yeah. Anyway, guys, we did it. Look at that. All those screws are attached. This sits perfectly on the bottom. Oh, it would sit better if there wasn't cut up cables on the bottom. Oh, thank you for releasing the 3T22 video. I'll definitely check that out, Northridge, and I'll tell you whether or not you built the dampers correctly, because I'm very critical about that. But great job, seriously. I can't wait to see that. Mention me in a post if you want me to see that, because I might not. I don't think I'm subscribed to you. I'll make sure to do that, yeah. But anyway, share a post with me. Love that video. Oh, good night, Junior. Yeah. Waited and sounds really good. Yeah, I should do that. I will. Oh, okay. Thank you. You mentioned me in the video. That takes care of everything. All right. Perfect. And guys, now before I put that top on, I still have access to the buck converter. So, oh, and I forgot to remove the light. Let me do that. So let me show you how I do that real quick. Oh, my stupid thing's unplugged. How I do this is really, really quite interesting. First off, I turn off my soldering iron. Second, I get the heat gun. And bye-bye. All right. I get the heat gun. I heat it up to Celsius or Fahrenheit. 300 degrees something. I don't know. It doesn't. I'll go. I will. You guys won't believe what I'm about to do here. See this? This little tiny white thing is the LED. We hate it because it glows through the housing. It makes it look bad. I'm going to heat that up real good. Try not to melt the plastic at the same time. Heat it up, let it cool down. And look at this. I kid you not. Here, wait, hang on. Boom! Came off. And guys, just like that, we removed the LED from the board. And the board works 100% fine without it. So now the Cyclone won't glow. Yeah, it's not a lamp anymore. It's an actual siren. And I'll plug it in. Just going to verify that it works. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, it's 9 o'clock. Everybody has to go to bed. Okay. Yeah, I am overdue on this stream. Guys, I'm going to put the hat on and call it a day. That's what I'm going to do. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. There's still 20 people watching, which is surprising. We get 2 eye bolts. And let me think here. I need some long screws. Let's get them 2x12 or something. Well, maybe them 2x10. Yeah, I'm just going to put the hat on. And yeah, this thing's awesome. I'm very happy with this siren. We're going to put a screw there. And this is kind of compare with old Cyclone, maybe even both at once. Oh, heck, that'd be awesome. Although I think the pitch on my other Cyclone's like 3,300 RPM, so it's going to be lower than this one. I need to fix that. I need to open the top and fix that, but I'll try to get them to harmonize. Absolutely, I will do that. All right, here we go. Yeah, so this should be one of my last sirens to not use a shaft collar. So this has a glued-on rotor. So it just, well, it works. It just unfortunately means that it's more prone to misalignment. Yeah, so anyway. That was stupid. Did you guys see that? I just did all that threading and it didn't even go in. Oh, yeah, I am so tired. But hey, this is fun, so this is my motivation. You guys are my motivation. Imagine a 10, 12, 9, 12, 8, 10, or even 7, 10 Cyclone. Oh, that'd be awesome. Imagine a 7, 10 Fort Siren that loud. I mean, the Super Cyrix is already incredibly loud, but, I mean... 10, 12 will be really interesting. Absolutely. But you know ACA is insistent on their 812 Fort Sirens, so, you know. They had to make it 812. Yeah, this is really cool. Well, the whole point of the Cyclone here is to have 2 beaming sirens that like let me think. Oh yeah, prototype Cyclone 120 is / was 1012. Absolutely, that's true. But I think the idea of the Cyclone, or what they had in mind anyway, is like you got the 12 port side that's shooting out downwards, made for I think long range distance, and 8 port, which shoots upward, is made for short range or I think I got that switched, but you guys get what I mean. Yeah. Oldest Cyclones had 10, 12 rotors, and I think they were bidirectional, but oh yeah, I think they were bidirectional, yeah. It's like an SD10 rotor, but instead of being 912, it's 1012, so yeah. Really interesting. All right, I hope this isn't a pain to put in like last time. But yeah, guys, here I am finishing strong at 9:05 p.m. Yeah, it's a Cyclone. I know the eye bolts are a little big, but it's what I've got, okay? Well, let me get my... Yes, this still has tape on it. Yes, they're bidirectional. Most of the sound from a Cyclone comes from the intake anyways. Yeah, it does. As proved by my decibel reader. It read 115 or something down there. It only read like 100, 105, like through the stator rings. So, while the Cyclone is amazing at spitting out sound in all directions, most of the output comes from the bottom. And the intake's also quite efficient too. So, yeah. Well, almost done here, guys. Oh, that's full tightness there. Oh, I'm going to drop the Cyclone. All right, let's tighten this. And, guys, we'll be done. And I know this looks kind of naked because it has no decals. If the user orders this with decals, and I'm sure they will, I'll slap a civil defense decal right there, and it'll look pretty awesome. Very excited about this siren. Again, this is my first Cyclone, so the rotor is press fit. It doesn't have a shaft collar, but in the future, it should have a shaft collar, so it should be more reliable. But it's all we have right now, so yeah. All right, we did it. I'm going to literally just sound this off one last time. That'll be the end of the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Here's the Cyclone. And honestly, somebody was like, sound it off with the other one, please. I'll at least compare them. Oh, what have I done? This is going to be too loud. Let's see how these want to work with each other. Here we go, guys. Dual Cyclones. Oh, wow. All right, so note to self, I need to fix the pitch on this one. It's a little behind, but dude, we did it. Cyclones. Dual Cyclone action. That was awesome. Well, all right. I know I'm probably keeping up little kids past their bedtime. So, sorry, but we just built the Cyclone. Check it out. Available on my website, the 3D Engineer Mini Sirens. So, please check out the 3dengineer.net. I keep switching between this really serious advertisement voice and my usual voice. So, yeah. Anyway, Cyclone here. Yeah, this is awesome. I have school tomorrow. First day. Wish me luck, guys. All right, will do. Good luck. Yeah, I'm like 10, 11. Yeah. All right. RC Cars and Planes. Were you watching the whole time? I hope you were. Anyway, if this is your first time here, we have a Cyclone. I literally just finished building it, and I'm going to wrap up the stream. Wait, you haven't been watching yet? Oh, okay. Well, I'll blast this off one last time since you're a good friend. So here we go. Haha. Had an event. Yeah, oh, I get it. Okay, guys. Well, I'm just going to wrap up a few things here. We are done with the stream for the most part. I'm tired. I actually want to go to bed, so yeah. Well, hey, that was fun. We finished strong. Here's a Cyclone. It took forever to build, and it really didn't have to, but it was fun chatting with you guys. If you guys have any final questions, say them now before my voice completely kills me in the morning. Let me see. Oh, that's the new one. And that's the one I used. Okay. Yeah, I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. This guy drank too much hot sauce. Okay. Well, all right. No, single tone 50 would rip itself apart. You all know a prototype Cyclone 50 rotor exploded in a factory and went 4 inches through concrete. Oh my gosh. Oh, why though? Why would a single tone really? Wow. That's insane. How long until you restock your mini Model 2? This is a Model 2T, and it will be restocked with my other Sirens. I guess I could restock it now, but I like restocking them all at the same time, so it would rip both the person and itself apart. Yeah, probably the amount of air it takes in. Yeah, kind of worried though, because I printed this in resin. Resin's, I don't know, delicate. It's what's the word I'm searching for? It's brittle. So I'm not making a single tone P50, guys. It's gonna explode or something. Yeah. Stator did come out a little rough. I mean, it's just how these overhangs work. Don't rub it. Yeah. If it's solid, so it'll be fine. All right. Well, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Cyclone, little baby Cyclone. I mean, if you ask me, it's tiny, but Harold Hi-Hat, thank you so much for printing this. Yeah. Thank you guys. I know I've seen several people print my Cyclone. It was very fun to see you guys. And this model's very popular, so thank you guys so much. Will be for sale. Yeah, I have mine behind me on a shelf. Yeah. This will be for sale if you guys want to buy a Cyclone from me. If you guys don't want to print it, I totally get it. So yeah. I love this thing. It's awesome. So yeah, sorry about that, RC Cars and Planes. See you guys in the next one. Probably stream in just a couple more days, and I'm probably gonna build this off camera because I feel like I ruined the rotor on it. Bye, guys. Thank you so much. See you in the next one.